Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're gonna take a look at Pvpoke's #1 team for the Open Master League. I don't have the exact Pokemon, I guess, but it's still going to be an interesting video here today for sure. We're gonna talk about if this team is going to be decent or not, but yeah, we're going to have some differences here. The first one is that our Palkia is going to run the move Draco Media. It's not by choice, it's just because I have a Shundo and I built my Shundo and the Shundo did not have the right move, but it is what it is. Maybe in the future we're going to be able to finally change the move. I just have to hope for that, maybe for the Go Fest, who knows. But anyways, otherwise we're going to see here, which you actually see now as well because Niantic started adding those icons as well towards it. We're going to have the Shadow variant of Ho-Oh, which is by far way worse than the normal variant. I would not recommend you to go for the Shadow variant. There are some matchups, which you're going to see by the way in the first battle as well, where the Shadow variant might be a little bit more interesting, but for the general matchups it is usually way worse, so I would not recommend you to try out the Shadow variant. I would recommend you to build the normal variant. Here, this is basically one of the only matchups that's going to be better as a Shadow, because you can actually knock out Excadrill in 4 Incinerate, which is quite hilarious, but yeah, it is what it is. We can move on to the next opponent. So, yeah, this team is honestly very, very good. Like, there are a lot of times where I take a look at, like, the Pvpoke's top teams, and I'm like, yeah, okay, the team might not be really ideal. Like, this team is for sure really, really good. I actually was thinking about maybe using the sales up of the, of the Shadow variant of Ho-Oh, because I feel like a lot of times there's, like, a Water-type Pokemon in the back, and also something like a Dialga in the back. And if you sub out into your Landorus, it's difficult, at least with the Ho that I have with the Shadow variant, to beat the Dialga, but yeah, maybe both of them can be good save subs here. Usually I use the Liners as a save sub, which is also totally fine, but yeah, maybe going to be an interesting one as well to check out if Ho might be the better save sub for this team. But anyway, this team is lovely. I would really recommend you to try this one out, especially if you have the Spatial Rent variant of the Palkia, as well if you have the normal variant of the Ho-Oh. This team is not rocket science either. I think I showcased a similar team towards this one as well before on my channel. But yeah, definitely a solid team to use. The one thing that I also gonna talk about in a different video, which is coming up a little bit later, also gameplay video, but for the Great League Remix Cup, the lag is just insane right now. And that's like the thing as well, like I usually really enjoy still doing battles. Like I know it is already season, was it 13 or was it like 17? I actually completely forgot. I think it's season 18. I think it's season 18 right now of Go Battle League. I still enjoy it, but only when it actually works. So we were able to win the first 2 battles here. We're gonna take a look now at the next opponent. Like the thing is, which is just really annoying for me right now, is just like the lag issue with the Go Battle League. It is just mad that basically every single game right now, I at least have like 2 or 3 starter lags in there where you just have like 1 second where you don't see anything. And it's just annoying. I'm not too sure if it's going to be always the same for the opponent as well, if they don't see the false moves going through at the same time either. But like I would imagine that a lot of you are also out there experiencing those issues. I actually saw some people saying like, yeah, the game is totally fine for me. Not too sure why people are complaining. For me, like the game is currently in one of the worst state possible, and it's just not really that crazy enjoyable. But anyway, I don't really want to be too toxic towards this topic in general here, especially because I made a video earlier on already, which is not released yet, but where I talked about this as well. And so yeah, I'm just going to keep by this. It's just like something that you're going to see throughout the gameplay here as well, where like lag is very impactful, sadly. Otherwise, here we're going to see the opponent going to be able to go for the Sensius Dome against my yeah, Palkia. We still have a shield, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm just going to call the bait here, because it might be our only way of winning this game. So let's see if I can call the bait. Definitely was a bait, I would say. And so yeah, this game is sadly over. Like there's not a lot that I can do about it. Kinda had to call it, but good games to the opponent. Let's move on to the next one. Giratina in the lead. A lovely lead for us, but we can still screw it up if we play it bad. So let's take a look at this one. And honestly, really, let's take a look at this one. This is something that I did not expect, but shoutouts to the opponent. Dragon Pulse on Giratina just to counter this matchup is quite smart, and I do kind of like it. Here I tried to get up to still another Awkward Tail, which did not work out for me, and so like, yeah, this was most likely not the ideal way of playing this one. I should have most likely swapped out with my energy instead, just went straight into my Ho-Oh. But again, like this matchup here would be 20 times better for you if you have the normal variant of the Ho-Oh, because I guess you would not be able to farm them down, if you see here some like again, but you would take way less damage and you would just be able to go for a charge move. Here I decided to go into my Landorus, trying to get some energy for us. Because the game is not over yet, we are still going to have a decent chance, especially with the energy that we have stored. But we have to be a little bit careful. Let's take a look at this one. We can go for a charge move against the opponent's Giratina. Sensia Storm are going to be able to connect. We have some lag again, but we can, like, I don't think it really matters here, but we can now farm them down after the charge move came through. In comes the opponent's Ho-Oh, and here I make a little bit of a mistake. This is definitely a mistake by me, but it's fine. I decided to go for a Stone Edge, all good. But now I decided to go ahead and go for the Sensia Storm after they go for their own charge move, and I feel like this was not really the ideal play to go for, at least usually. So let's see if this is going to be enough to get the shield from the opponent. As you might expect, it actually does. So that was actually a decent play by me. I just kind of wanted to confuse you here, as I can go for a Stone Edge and win the game. Just want to confuse you. I knew this would be happening, but a lot of people complain, oh my god, he's spoiling the game before. No, I don't. So let's move on to the next opponent. Palkia against Yveltal, a matchup that I was not really too familiar before, but like this is going to be actually quite good for the Palkia no matter what you're going to do. Again, like it is just so clunky sadly, which is a little bit annoying, but as you can see, we can go for the Awkward Tail, and the opponent just got to the charge move, allowing us to win the CMP tie, and also allowing us to align ourselves, while still keeping some health on my Palkia, which is quite lovely. So, next opponent, or like not next opponent, next Pokemon, is going to be the Dragonite. Dragonite is actually quite an issue for this team. We're going to have coverage, of course, with Stone Edge as well as the Dragon Breath on our lead, but it's not really an ideal matchup at all. But as you can see here, I decided to go for the bait. Worked out perfectly fine, as you can see as well. The opponent did not fall for it. But at this point, it is nearly a guarantee that the opponent is going to fall for this one. Because, like before, Stone Edge would have not done enough damage to knock them out anyway. So that was a kind of safe play for them to go ahead and let the move go through. But like this, of course, after one Sensia Storm, the world is a different one. Here we are trying to go for the Awkward Tail, and apparently we're going to lose CMP here. I guess it might be the correct one. I know that just that Palkia has insane high attack stats, so I actually wonder if this was just lag issue or not. I have not played Master League in, I think, a month now, so sorry about this. Last time I skipped where Master League was around, or like Master League was last time around as a Premier Cup anyway, where you didn't have legendaries. Here, sadly, we're going to lose this game, but good game to the opponent. Next one coming up, we're going to have a great lead here. We're going to have the Palkia against the opponent's Landorus. This is going to be usually a great lead for us because we have super effective coverage with the Awkward Tail, which got buffed as well this season. And so we're going to see here the opponent swapping into the Dialga, which is going to be great for us, but sadly the Dialga that I don't like too much. This Dialga is going to be able to get you 2 charge moves before you would be able to farm them down, so we're forced to go for another charge move, which is kind of annoying. And yes, by the way, the Landorus definitely wins CMP against the Palkia. Oh no, never mind. Actually, yeah, it is IV dependent, I guess, but in Master League it doesn't really matter because everything has 15 attack anyway. But yeah, they win by 2.5 attack stats compared to the Palkia, and that's why they won the CMP tie as well before. But here we're going to see the Landorus now against our Landorus, and we were able to get a shield. I am going to let this move go through. It's going to be a Stone Edge for sure because we kind of had to force it here. We can still go back into our own Palkia as they go into their Palkia. I am forced to try to get a shield here, which is going to work out because the opponent, I guess, expected a spatial rend, which I just don't have. I was able, even though there was, again, some lag, like, lag is not really as visible here, of course, because the games are sped up, and so the frames that are missing just kind of are halved or whatever, but it's, like, way more annoying in real life, but I guess, like, most of you are going to have the same experience right now as well. But yeah, here we're going to have to just hope that the opponent is not going to be able to go up to 2 charge moves. They are forced to go for a Stone Edge here. Do they have 2 now? They do not, and so we can go for the Awkward Tail, win the game with 1 HP and a dream. Next opponent, we're going to have Palkia against the Dialga here. This is the Dialga that I like a little bit more because we do more damage with our Landorus, but the opponent is going to have a great matchup here coming up with their own Palkia. And maybe I could have paid a little bit more attention to this battle in general here, but I should have maybe counted the energy of the opponent a little bit more. The thing is here, we're going to play it out in the 2-shield scenario, because we should be able to get both of the opponent's shields, which should be kind of nice for our Ho-Oh later on to clean a sweep there. But also, I was thinking that I might be able to, even if I lose this matchup here, I would be able to just go ahead and farm them down with my own Palkia, go for Draco Media against the Dialga, and just see what's going to be in the bag. Here, we can go for the Sancia Storm. And this should be able to get the final shield from the opponent. It does, and they're going to go for their own charge move before I can reach my next charge move here as well. So well played by the opponent. They should be energy dry. They don't do damage against me because they're debuffed. But now we got some extra energy, and this extra energy is very important in order to reach the Draco Media before the opponent's Dialga can do anything here. And that's what we're going to do here. We can reach it in time, knock out the Dialga, and now it depends if Ho-Oh can beat whatever's in the back. And I make a mistake here for sure. This is actually a matchup I think that Shadow Ho-Oh has a better matchup compared to the normal Ho-Oh, because I think one Brave Bird here does basically enough damage to knock them out, and I decided to go for the Sacred Fire. You saw me here just last second trying to go still for the Brave Bird because I was like, no, this is the wrong call. It was the wrong call because, as you're gonna see here, this looks really like a range where if I just go for a Brave Bird, they would get knocked out. Otherwise, I still was hoping I would be able to farm down here with my Palkia. Did not work out either. Think this was on me. I think I could have won this one, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the second to last battle for today. So, are you excited for Master League to be back? I know a lot of people are not really that interested in this cup. I might wanna try to do a lot more fun videos towards this one, because I have a lot of interesting like legendaries built that I can showcase here as well. So if you're more interested in this, let me know in the comment section as well. But otherwise, if you scroll down there anyway, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the video. Would really appreciate. You can subscribe to the video. Exactly, subscribe to the video. Feel free to do that. This does not make sense, but it's kind of light here anyway, so we're just gonna take it. We're gonna also take a Brave Bird into the face of a Togekiss, so goodbye there. In comes, again, a Kyogre. So Brave Bird is again coming up from our Ho-Oh. Would do a ton of damage, will never connect here because the opponent, of course, going to use a shield. But we're going to have our own Palkia. Palkia is going to be ready to wreck some opponents here. As you're gonna see the Surf coming through, great bait by the opponent. Now had to kind of call the bait there as they go for another charge move way too early, so there's no way that it's going to be a blizzard or anything. It's going to be another Surf, and they're going to have the Ho-Oh here in the back, allowing us to go for one charge move, going to be able to get the knockout. And now we can see that one more Draco Media is going to be fine. Draco Media actually a very solid move on this Pokemon. Spatial Rent is just a little bit more consistent, but like both are actually kind of fine to play. Next opponent, look at this. So we're going to have a Xerneas in the lead. We can swap out into Landorus, and in comes a Kyogre. Lovely, isn't it? We're gonna get kind of walled here, but maybe we can still come back from this. So let's find out. We can get one charge move in. Can we get another charge move in? Let's find out. We can still get another charge move in here with the Sancia Storm. Going to be able to connect and gonna get them low. Not too sure if a Stone Edge would have been enough to knock them out, and I think it might have been enough. But yeah, that's something that I maybe should have tried a little bit differently. It didn't look from me, at least from my side, that it would do enough damage, so that's why I decided to go and try to go for 3 Sancia Storms. They're going to have in the back here the Xerneas, and again, this would have been so great if we would have had a normal variant of this Pokemon, which we don't, and so we're going to have to hope now for the matchup of Ho-Oh against Ho-Oh here, but we are shit not. I thought of going for a Brave Bird right away. I decided to go against it, and yeah, I sure went for the Brave Bird. I would have put them into range where I would be able to farm down, and this would have been great for us, but it is what it is. We can still try our best here. Maybe we can still win this game. We can at least go for one more charge move here. Going to be able to get the shield from the opponent. I'm forced to use a shield here as well because I need the Ho-Oh for the opponent's final Pokemon. But maybe we can still win just with Awkward Tail from Palkia. Because we can fully farm them down, we're going to have quite a lot of energy here. And I try to perfectly time my fast moves now for the next one as well. As we can see, we can go for another Awkward Tail. They didn't get an extra charge move through. And we can try to reach another one in time as well here, as the opponent is over farming by quite a bit, which is a very smart play because their play is to go up to 2 close combats and win the game by this. We have some lag there as well, which maybe actually mattered because they are one fast move away from getting knocked out. But I'm never going to be able to get a fast move in, as I can go for a double close combat, well played by the opponent. This is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.